Hello everyone, my name is Legend Rhony and this game is Rise of Civilization. Live streaming. Usually every Tuesday, Friday and Saturday and Sunday, So every Tuesday, Friday and Sunday I'm doing live streaming live for Rise of Civilizations 18 UTC. Now today is an unusual and surprising live stream. It's just an extra live streaming day because I do enjoy live streaming. I do like it. I do like to interact with my subscribers, and I try to do as much as possible so I can answer as much as possible, so I can cover as much as possible problems in the game and everything that I can answer or talk about when it comes to Rise of Civilizations. So let's see who is going to tune in tonight. I'm gonna try tonight to do something a little bit different than what I do in my usual live streamings. So I'll probably skip the killing barbarians part. I'm just gonna try it. So I'm gonna see. My plan would be for tonight most likely to, let's say, pick a commander or pick a second commander or third commander. See how many commanders we can pick and just talk about them. Try to do pairings, everything, and I'm gonna talk with you guys in the same time so you can give your opinion as well. Am I right or not about that? So this is the plan. I'm gonna see how it's gonna go, and then we will decide in the future if this kind of live streams are gonna happen again or not. Right, so let me just, so I can hear some music. Alright, so there it is. I can hear some music as well. Let's see who is tuning in for the live stream. So we got Ahmad, we got Harzi, we got Devin, we got Elysia, Denise, Master Dragon, Josh Abel, Elestia, SLVDT. Hi brother, how are you? I'm alright, thank you. Harzi, I'm early for once. Welcome to the stream, Harzi. Celine G, Venom, Dragotian is in the house, Sir Fat, Belfizi, Roberto, Headhunter, Ahmed, GBC. Hi, but sorry Rhony, I farm the items. Good luck with that, bro. James, Nick, Vlad the Impeller. Welcome guys, welcome to the live stream. Rhony, we played Alliance Battleground in my alliance. Our Alhab played with 99k points. Good for him. Technical Gamer, Roderick. Do you think for MGE to farm all 5 queues and camp before the gathering day? Good idea. Yes, of course. Having a full load from the Alliance Resource Center would also help you a lot. And gold also would help you. Let me know if the in-game is too loud so I can tune it down a little bit. Where's the road to tier 5? That's a good question. I forgot to turn it on. Usually when I record videos I take it off. I only put it on during the live streams. Alright, so there it is. That's the updated one, road to tier 5. Hey Rhony, hope is all well with you. I definitely interested in this stream. I logged in at 1 PM in time thinking it was Tuesday today. No, it's not Tuesday. Hello guys, welcome to the stream, welcome to the live stream. Alright, so I'm gonna pick the first commander. I'm gonna start talking about the commanders. Rhony, level 3 training reserves takes how many days to complete? Well, it depends on your speed. It all depends on your speed. With a higher speed that I could have acquired, for me it was 11 days and 15 hours. Good afternoon, Vlad, the Impaler. Right. So my subject for tonight, I was thinking to go with the epic commanders. And most likely to start with the new ones. Because I've probably been talking about the old ones so many times. Many of you probably so know a lot about them. especially a common one, which is Arabia, which is Babers, cavalry, conquering, and skill. Right. So first question about him, because you probably already read his skills, you probably, go through him for a very long time. They are out for a couple of weeks already. What do you guys think? Is this going to be a really good cavalry commander? Storm King from 22, I have to say I finally leveled up my Lancelot and Dragon Lancer and maxed out 100% skill for both. Jesus, they move like the wind. My team lost sight of my march. Dusty Holman, that's good. Where is the gangster Rhony? Should I go with the gangster Rhony tonight? I'm not sure. Pain, thank you very much. Alright, so Babers. My opinion about Babers is that he's not really very good for direct combat. The reason I'm saying that is because of his skills. So first of all, he does AoE damage, which is not bad. AoE damage is always good, especially in group battles. But then he has his expertise. His expertise, all it does is just extra AoE damage. Then he has his 4th skill, which grants him healing factor when he's going to leave the battle and a lot of march speed. That gives you a very high opportunity so you can choose your battles. If you bring only cavalry with this particular commander, it gives you a very great opportunity so you can only bring cavalry and gain a lot of march speed. That gives you a lot of chances. For example, you can hit and run. In the group battles, I would say that this is where this guy perfectly excels. They gave him a conquering talent path as well, and they gave him a conquering skill. It says here, when attacking cities, normal attack have a 100% chance to decrease garrison, attack, and defense. That is pretty interesting. I believe that he's probably the first commander that actually does that. Having a 100% chance to decrease the garrison, attack, and defense by 7% and 7%. This could make him really good on swarm attacks. But going on the conquering talent path, I don't really think so. But still, it would give him a very nice advantage when you do the swarm attack. That means when there is a lot of groups attacking the same garrison. Because that way you're going to reduce the attack and defense of that particular garrison. And this is why I'm mentioning only cavalry, because it grants 20% attack. 20% attack bonus to your cavalry. All in all, I would say that he's a very situational commander, not a priority. That is my opinion. What do you guys think? I was wondering if he would help Lancelot. He moved viable since he's doing more damage. Osman is the one I worry about. Rush herbal medicine. Love from Spain. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Christian Tan. I'm hoping to pair him with Nuke Minamoto. Might make a new cavalry meta. Oh my god. The fact that he is hitting so many targets, I will say that he is a perfect AoE commander. Extremely Mitch HD. What commanders do you think is the best combo as a free-to-play player? If we're talking about infantry, to max and focus on. Extreme Mitch HD, I would say that Eulji Mundok as main commander, then a second in command it would be Scipio. You can also put Boudica if you don't have Scipio, or you can also put Joan of Arc. But you definitely need Eulji as free to play as main commander. So my opinion, about Babers, to give my final decision about him, is that he will make a great pair with Sun Tzu. Now this might sound crazy to you, and as crazy as it sounds, that is the truth. This guy hits up to 5 target, Sun Tzu hits up to 5 target. If Babers is going to be the main commander, and that's how I would advise it, you have a lot of march speed on your cavalry. And if you go on the talents, because he's focused so much on skill, it's very obvious that you should do the skill path. And then the rest of your points should go on the cavalry. So that way you get even more bonuses on your cavalry. So you bring full cavalry march with him, and you group him up with Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu has a lot of rage restoration. So that means these guys, they're never gonna lack rage. He also does march speed reduction. So you can hit up to 5 targets. You do a lot of AoE damage. And you're gonna just reduce their march speed. Attack on cavalry is exactly what nukers need, or skill damage dealers. So I would say this is the perfect pair. This is like a free-to-play AoE combination. Obviously, if you want to group him up with other cavalry commander, it's your choice, but I don't really recommend it. My 2 best members left my alliance because of the war, Rhony. Can you cheer me up? Waffles! Cheer up! Everything's gonna be alright. What to do if our kingdom has a dictator king? He has the highest power and kills. Christian Tan! Piss him off. Hey Rhony, I'm City Hall 21. Should I wait for kingdom buff for research of my tier 4 units? Technical gamer, if you know when that kingdom is going to be activated, then you should definitely wait. If you don't, then just don't wait for it. Hello Journey, do you think you'll ever switch to Japan to have attack infantry? No, I will never switch to Japan. Daniel Marugo, I'm alright with the Roman infantry. Is Mehmet good? I have done a full video for Mehmet, Zek Alex. You can go ahead and check on my channel, there is a full video dedicated to Mehmet. So this is my final opinion about Babers. As I mentioned, if you want to group him up with other cavalry commanders, it's entirely your choice. But this guy is too much dedicated for AoE nuking. And as an option, if you have full march of cavalry, you can use him for decreasing the garrison attack and defense when you're swarming a city. So your dead troops is gonna be really low. But you're going to reduce the defense and the attack, so you're just gonna help the other attackers. Not solo. Don't do this at solo or just with 2-3 groups, because you're just gonna get a lot of dead troops. Next epic, Belisarius. So what are the things we can say about Belisarius? Well, the thing I can say about Belisarius, and this is just my opinion, I would classify Belisarius right now as the best epic commander. Belisarius, the way his skills are built right now, I classify him as the best epic commander. That is correct. I know you guys love that line. So let's go first about his skills. So he has attack damage reduction by 30%, which is pretty high for one commander to do all the things in just one skill. Then he's reducing the defense by 30%, so he does that just in one skill. Then he has a 450 damage factor, which is pretty low, but is still some damage. It does only last for 2 seconds, but there is a lot happening in 2 seconds. Just for one skill, this is really powerful. which other commanders can do this is Hannibal Barca. And Hannibal Barca doesn't even go to 30%, but his skills last for 5 seconds. And his damage factor is even lower. So all in all, this is a free-to-play commander which you can max it out on your own, and this guy, Hannibal, you have to pay for him. So think about that. 30% attack damage to barbarians, there's nothing wrong in that. Just make your life very easy if you plan to level him as a commander. 35% damage, that's great. I'll go with it. Useless for PvP, highly agree. But still, barbarians and other neutral units, that's something we kill every day. Then you have increased defense of cavalry, which goes up to 50%. At the moment, it's not really high. March speed, it goes up to 25%. After leaving the battle for 10 seconds. So again, march speed after leaving the battle for 10 seconds. If we go to his expertise to make a connection, 30% defense, which is a lot. I'm telling you, even for cavalry, 30% defense is a lot. And then 50% march speed, same as Babers, after leaving the battle for 10 seconds. So you can basically choose your own battles. With this large amount of march speed, you can literally choose your own battles. That's free to play. So you can mock any pay to win player you want. Now this one is very, very interesting, and this is what I believe that it makes him really, really dangerous. This is why I classify him as the best epic commander in the game right now. When targeted army has been reduced to less than 15% strength, increased damage dealt to the target by Belisarius army by up to 25%. Now let's say that you have a full march and the enemy is trying to run away and he's at 50%. Now imagine the devastating damage that you're gonna do against him. First of all, you have a full march, so you're on your full strength and full potential. You do 25% extra damage on him. On top of that, you're gonna reduce his damage, you're gonna reduce his defense. Which obviously you should bring only cavalry with him. You have 30% defense on your cavalry. He's never gonna outrun you because you have cavalry, and even if he does, you're gonna gain the 50% march speed if he ever gains some crazy march speed. Probably you're fighting some other cavalry. You're gonna gain 50% march speed as well when you're gonna leave the battle, so probably gonna catch him again. So what's wrong with him? There's nothing wrong with him. He's really, really good for free to play. Best epic commander. I don't like Belisarius. Only good for the debuff for 2 seconds. Who will you pair Belisarius with? And is he usable for Ark of Osiris? Yes, of course. Those skills work on expedition, I mean... no, expedition doesn't count as peacekeeping. The second skill, no, it won't work. Because I'm not gonna use him until he's maxed out Reef. That's why he's 4-star at level 10. Yes, it's very easy to upgrade him with the big star. I'm going to use Belisarius with Pelagius and see how they do. Now it comes about his talents. I have all the pictures, I have them on my Discord, and the link to my Discord is on the description of the video if you want to know exactly about his talents. Now this is where it comes a little bit his downfall. When you go to his talents, he has cavalry, he has mobility and peacekeeping. So if you want to use him as a main commander, his only option would be to go cavalry. And then it's gonna be entirely up to you if you use him as a main commander. My advice would be the peacekeeping part and whatever left on mobility. So this is his only down part. He has cavalry, mobility, and peacekeeping. My advice for Belisarius is to be a second in command, because a second in command you're only going to need his skills. Now, who would I advise him to pair with? Is with Pelagius as free to play. If Pelagius is the main commander, first of all, you're gonna have some skill damage from Pelagius, which is pretty significant. You get rage restoration, which you definitely need. More rage, that means more skill, that means more damage, more attack reduction, more defense reduction for Belisarius, so there's nothing wrong in it. You have defense and attack on your cavalry from your Pelagius, so there's a good synergy. You're going to be very, very tanky for a cavalry setup, which is a little bit unnormal, but you'll be very tanky. 45% defense. And you have some attack as well. Then you have some healing, a 10% chance for 2 seconds, healing factor. So the point is that the synergy of the skill is really good. And the reason I'm saying Pelagius as main commander is because of the talents. So with Pelagius, you can do 2 ways his talents. You can go full cavalry, and then you can unlock rejuvenate, so you have even more rage restoration whenever they use a skill. There's gonna be almost instant skills all the time. Or you can go the skill talent path, but I wouldn't really advise the skill talent path because Belisarius is not really nuking that much with his skills. He's more of a debuffer and boosting your army, boosting your cavalry. So that's why Pelagius main commander, so you can do the cavalry path and the skill path up to rejuvenate. This is why I say that this particular setup is one of the best free-to-play setups. Pelagius main commander and Belisarius second in command with full march of cavalry. What do you guys think about that? Laura, thank you very much. If I was king, I would be the best king ever. I would not let beaten up because I know how it feels. What do you think about Lohar with rejuvenate, rage tanking, and secondary CPO? I think that's a really bad combination, rage tanking. Lohar is the best barbarian killer, but not PvP. Every time I meet Lohar, I just laugh. Every time I meet Lohar in battle. How do you think you need to spend to get rank 1 in MGE? How much? It's not how much, it's how much speed ups. Pelagius or Belisarius or Babers? I would still go with Pelagius Dragotian because of the rage restoration from Pelagius. You have a Richard, good for you, 5313, and I have set up 55 legendary sculpture. Should I use 45 to upgrade him once again, or should I max Mehmet first skill? Benjamin, my advice is to finish one commander at a time. Don't start investing just doing the first skill on every commander. At some point it's gonna drag you down. Finish up one commander, be good at something. Taro, welcome to the stream. How much do you think you need to spend to get rank 1 in MG? I have no idea. It's all about speed ups and it's all about how others are spending on it. Rhony, what is the best garrison commander for free to play? My opinion is Eulj Mundok, then you have Kusunoki, Pelagius can be a garrison commander, Herman as a fourth option. Second in command to them, you can use Scipio, you can use Joan of Arc. As an option is Boudica as well. Lord Z, Rhony, can I send 3 screenshots of my heroes with stars on Discord or so you can tell me which is better to pair for infantry? Yes, you can. Best infantry pair, Charles and Richard. Or Richard and Charles. Yeah, but with rage tanking you are healing so much, and because their activate skill every some second, Scipio deals a lot of damage. Do you agree? No, I don't really. You wanna do rage tanking? You use Richard with full infantry and you're gonna have rage tanking and you're gonna do damage as well, not Lohar. Prove me a video where you actually beat a group of players with Scipio and Lohar. Prove me with that, not just theory. I know, but I was talking about Lohar, Galaxy. So prove me a video with Lohar and Scipio, like you just mentioned, where you beat up a group of players. Because you call it rage tanking. I think Elcid main skill is pretty strong because it can negate normal attacks. Elcid! Don't let's not go there. Dude on my server have 80 million on one day of MG. Good for him. Rhony, can we use Caesar and Scipio as garrison? You can use Caesar and Scipio. I'm so with that. Caesar as second in command could be alright. Because of the second skill, it could make you a lot of defense. Could give you a lot of defense. No, Belisarius, it would be much better as second in command. Alright, let me just bring the talents. Alright, this is Lohar, apparently. He's just on the screen. So the first one we talked about is Babers. So this is the skill pad on Babers. This is the one that I would advise. But if you actually want to use him for cavalry, I'm not gonna pop it. No, that's alright. And then we use Belisarius. So this is Belisarius. If you want to use him as main commander, because talents only work from the main commander, I hope you should know that. So this is for Belisarius. Or if you're interested in there is another one which is a little bit experimental, which is this one, but I'm not gonna pop it because I'm just gonna confuse you all. Alright, discard. Oh, did it went through? It went through, isn't it? Alright. Yeah, it went through. So this is the mobility one. Basically, it's the highest march speed you can get with Belisarius. And since you're gonna have the skill with 50% march speed, that's gonna be an insane amount of march speed. So definitely no one is going to ever catch you. This is if you just want to kill farms, retreating army, or any other various tasks that require a lot of mobility. That's why I would put him a second in command, Belisarius. Because if he's a second in command and you actually need mobility, you just swap the commander. So you can put Belisarius main commander if you need mobility, and you put Pelagius or whichever commander you're gonna use him with. You think free-to-play players would have opportunity to get Constantine or Saladin from MGE? Well, Christian, you only need 10 to summon him. Rhony, I have max skill 5-star level 42 Herman, talent 3 max on skill. Who should I pair him with? Sir Fat, there's 32 commanders in total. How should I know which are your skilled ones? His best pair is El Cid. In early game, Scipio as main commander with max troops is okay. After a while, people will have full marches of individual troops, which will dominate the mixed troops because of the buffs. Hey Mr. DJ, thank you very much for that, and he is very right, guys. He is very right about that. Mixture of troops at the beginning is very strong. Scipio has a good connection at the beginning, but later on he's going a little bit down because of the specific troops. That's why whenever I mention and whenever I advise specializations. That's why I talk about specialization commanders. That's why I'm trying to guide you guys and tell you to choose a path. And at the moment is either infantry or cavalry. These are the two paths that I would advise to everyone. Archers, they are really, really bad, and I'm just gonna show you why I'm saying that archers, they are really, really bad. This is why I'm saying that archers are really, really bad. So there's 200,000 versus 200,000. And I beat a maxed out El Cid with a maxed out Herman, which in my opinion, this is the best combination that could actually counter the infantry. They would probably kill any other infantry setup, except this particular one that I'm built. So probably, let's say if I have Charles and who knows, Eulgi Mundok, so I don't have heal, I'll probably get beaten. So look at that, 90% archer defense, 100% attack, maxed out El Cid, and it failed. Who other commanders can you put? YSG, who's just skill damage based. There would be just a lot of nuking, but the silence, it does make a difference. So whenever I fought him, whenever this battle occurred, I was noticing the silence, the 2-second silence. My Charles Martel was full rage, and Herman was doing his skill, and my Charles Martel was staying at full rage for the 2 seconds duration, and then he was barely casting his skill. Then it was El Cid popping in his main skill, which I was not attacking for a turn, and then my Richard was healing, but I managed to beat them. Let me see. Do I have one with cavalry? Oh, look at that. I win even with Charles and Scipio. So that's not just my setup, because I was saying, alright, let's say maybe my setup is very strong. But I won even with Charles and Scipio. I forgot about this one. So we've done this test as well. Oh, this is not maxed El Cid. I apologize. It's not maxed El Cid. It's missing one. On this one was missing one. But still, I won with Charles and Scipio. Come on. Scipio is not even an infantry commander. That's why I'm saying it's either infantry that you want to choose right now or cavalry. And for free to play, there's too many cavalry options you can go around. And this is Minamoto and Double C with Conquistadors. And I'm not sure if you're noticing, because this is what I wanted to point out. I'm not sure if you're noticing in this report there's 64,000 heal, with just 150,000 troops. And on this one, because he was keep delaying my skills, that's only barely 61,000 heal. And I'm telling you that this was a much longer battle than this one, than the other one. So you see, Herman and El Cid is the best combination for archers to counter infantry, to be more specific. Look at the troops buff, 180% cavalry maxed out. Yeah, it's been crazy. And because he's on the skill talent path on this battle, he's on the skill talent path. Look at the severely wounded that he has, almost 60,000 severely wounded. Because he's on the skill talent path, he's not on the cavalry talent path. Scipio in late game is a great second commander because he brings more troops into the battle. I highly agree with that. So my Scipio is a big fail and I should waste more sculptures on him. A second in command later in the game, he's great. He's really good as second in command, but not as the first command because of his talents. Just message on Discord, have Hanswell whenever you get time. Lord Z, I will. He can give plus 90% attack, so he will kill you with YSG. So that's what you guys think, that he will kill me with YSG. First of all, if he's going to use YSG, he indeed has a lot of bonus. He has rage restore, so that's indeed gonna be like, you know, a lot of nuking damage. But my commanders will be free to cast skills. This is the difference, what you guys don't understand. Is the silence from Herman. This is the point. Herman is stopping me from casting skills, from healing. While if he's going to use YSG, a maxed out YSG or whichever you want, I will be free to cast my skills. If I'm free to cast my skills, 30% damage reduction, healing factor, shield. That's why Herman is essential to counter the infantry, because of the two second silence. And decrease the target's rage by 100. That's extra. I forgot about it. Herman also has a chance for additional rage. That's really nice. March speed, attack bonus to archers. Whenever I will have the chance, I will try a maxed out YSG, obviously, but I still don't think it's gonna do better than Herman. Right. Who would be the next one to talk about? Osman. He's the third new commander, isn't he? The flipping coin. Rhony, in 30 days, tier 5 elite crossbowman unlock. I guess I will just go mix with by Julius and Hannibal. 120k of infantry carry and archer since LC is not worth investing. The flipping coin is not worth investing. I'm very close to max out my LC, but I'm not going to do it. I'm also very close to be able to max out a full legendary commander. So if you guys received the link, which I just sent it a couple of hours ago, I would advise you to choose the commander you want to see maxed out next. If not, I can post the link again. Hey Rhony, maybe you should do a video on reading battle reports and how to take away key learnings so that we can improve. What do you think? What do you mean about reading battle reports and how to take away key learnings? What do you mean by that? Is my 5-2-2-1 Richard good pair with Scipio maxed? Scipio is level 51 and Richard is 41. Which one should be the first commander? Biker, if you want to go with mixture of troops, then you can put Scipio's main commander, but if you want to go full infantry, you should definitely put Richard. For infantry, you need the infantry talent pad. Maxed out LCD and ISG, you won't stand a chance. Christopher Punton, do you have that? Do you see that in action, or you just saying from stories? Bro, for starting the game, what civilization you suggest as free to play? I would suggest Britain for startup. Not impossible to reach tier 5 for free to play player, it will just a huge time. I agree with the flipping coin. Hey Rhony, should I spend 45k gems to get my VIP to level 10? The daily golden sculpture is tempting. It's tempting, but it's like 30 a month. It's nothing crazy. That's 45,000 gems, which that's a lot of bucks. It's like $150 in value. My advice is, if you would have been like, I don't know, 10-15k close enough, then definitely yes, but 45,000, that's a lot of gems, my friend. You can invest that in speed rush, doing research, upgrading your city hall. You can benefit a lot more from 45,000 gems than just get them stuck on a VIP level. My power commanders are Scipio, Lohar, Minamoto. Are they fine? Definitely. Max your Julius Caesar. I don't really plan to max Julius Caesar. Alright, so the options is Hannibal Barca, Frederick, Double C, or if Constantine is gonna be released. I'm just gonna give you guys the link, because I'm doing this for you. Because if I have to choose my option, I already know what I want to do. And I already know which commander I want to max out. But I'm doing this for you guys so you can choose an option of which commander you want to see next maxed out. If just in case you ever want to focus on that commander to see where you could possibly get. Let me just get the link. Let me just get the link to the report. So the results right now is 78 for Constantine. And then is Double C leading with 54. Alright. Alright, so I got the report. I'm just gonna put it in the chat. So this is the survey. Erfan Ramirez is good, but he's not available. Alright, so this is the survey on the chat. It's gonna be your choice, guys. I'm giving you a choice which commander you want to see next maxed out. You know about Minamoto, you know about Richard, now you know about Charles. So I'm just gonna give you another option. And then I'm gonna talk about Osman. I plan to get my Richard to 6 star currently at 544, then I'll start working on Charles Martin since I'm 1 sculptures away from maxing his first skill. And I can get him from the gold chest. That's really good. Charles can also drop in the Midas Governor event, so always focusing on Richard, your universal sculpture, is a much better option. Hello Rhony, will Pelagius Cavari work with Lancelot mobility? No. Talents only work from the main commander. They apply to the second in command, but only works from the main commander. Scipio and John, what do you think about it? That's a good support combination. Level 10 and have a power of 400k. Is that good? Yes, it is. Hiron, is Julius Caesar good with Scipio? Jason, yes, it is. Find someone with max LC. Do you think I'm just gonna do Google search and find someone with max YSG? Christopher Punto. Is Constantine the First good? I already answered that. Remember, you said not much interested in him. About who? Rhony, how much V points in total you need to get to VIP level 10? It's 150k. Osman talents. I got Charles in expedition two times what nice. That's great. Alright, let me just pop Osman talents while I'm gonna answer some questions. Osman the First. Osman the First is very unique. He only has one talent build, which is this one. I also plan to focus on Constantine, and my question is his first or second skill better? I'm really not sure, and I only have 55 legendary sculptures, so I have to choose one skill. Personally, I would say that his first skill, because it lasts for 5 seconds to decrease the target's attack by 40%, and then you get 10% to all the nearby friendly armies, damage reduction, 10% damage reduction. I would say that his first skill. And then his second skill, because it's gonna boost your infantry. So they are the most important ones. The first and second, which is gonna cost you 190 to upgrade all of them. But the problem with Constantine, this is the problem with Constantine, is that I find him really viable once you obtain his expertise. They modified the healing. It says now when the army led by this commander has been reduced to 50% strength, troops, come on, rally, move away. Troops will receive a powerful healing effect. So now the healing works in the city as well. This effect can trigger a maximum of once per hour after the army has left the city. So the point being, this healing factor works in the city when your troops are being reduced to 50%, and outside the city you have 1 hour, once per hour. So you can't just get to 50%, then you get healed, get to 50%. It's not gonna work like that. That would be too crazy. So they clarify a little bit how this healing is going to work. So in the city it works, and it works outside as well. So that's pretty insane. The only thing that I'm personally not happy about him being a very good infantry commander, it might be the support talent path. I'm not entirely sure. It's gonna need testing. Infantry and support is gonna be insane rage, That is definitely for sure. It's really unique. But I find him really good for garrison. Garrison and support with some specific other commanders is probably gonna be very, very strong. The best city defender. Outside on infantry, maybe if Richard is the main commander, him and Richard, it needs to come out, it needs to be tested a little bit. We're gonna have to see first of all, is they going to leave him like that? Yep, Richard gets all the universe sculptures, and I'm preparing to compete for Charles Martha's sculpture in Mightiest Governor event in 3 weeks. Good luck with that, hey Mr. DJ. Leadership commanders is more efficient for a free-to-play than specific specialization. Oh, I forgot to turn off the picture. Oh my god, I apologize, guys. I left Osman picture, and I was talking about Constantine. That's alright. You guys can see the skills of Constantine as well. Alright, so let me say my opinion about Osman. How the hell do you max Osman so fast? I maxed it out a long time ago. What do you mean so fast? It's like 3 weeks ago. Since he came out, I had like 700 sculptures. I maxed him and Pelagius. I have 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 epic commanders maxed out. Kusunoki just from gold chest. Look at him. He's missing 4. And I'm just opening gold chest. This guy as well. Sun Tzu, look at that. Just from gold chest. I have 134 universal sculptures right now. Right, so Osman the First. You've seen the talent. My opinion for Osman the First is that he's a great nuker, a crazy nuker. It has this city attacking bonus, which it used to be 30%, or it's just my imagination. No, it was for 30 seconds. It's still 15%. I don't really advise you to attack city because this guy has no defense whatsoever. Has no boost to the troops, nothing. The only thing that can boost the troops is the capacity. In the rest, this guy is super designated for nuking. That makes him a very universal commander. What I'm trying to say by that is that he's same as Scipio, he's same as Boudica, he's same as Joan of Arc. He can fit in any army that you like. So for example, you can put Osman and Scipio if you like. You'll make a free-to-play punching bag. They both have the 10% capacity. There's gonna be a lot of troops you can bring into the battle. That every time they're gonna do skills, there's direct damage factor, so that's even extra damage. Having more troops, main skill from Osman is gonna be even more powerful. So there's nothing wrong with that. In my opinion, he can make a really good pair with Boudica. Because they are both nukers, and Boudica has rage restoration as well. It's only 50, but it's something. Then a very good pair he would make with Hermann. 1150 full archers. Osman is just gonna bring more archers into the battle. With his 10%, has 1100 factor. Direct damage factor. Hermann also has rage restoration, so it's also a very nice setup. In my last Ark of Osiris battle, I used Hermann and Osman. I used them together with just archers. 312,000, if I'm correct. It was the... Yep. 312,000 archers. Or that's how much I had. I'm not... Something like that anyway. that was really, really nice. He can fit in almost any setup, as I was mentioning. If you want to use him with Pelagius, if you don't have anyone else, or if you want to use him with Minamoto, they could also make a good pair, especially if Minamoto is going to be on skill or Pelagius on skill. But there are better choices for them. In terms of conquering, as I mentioned, I highly disagree with it. I would not actually hit city with this guy. It would be really devastating for your troops, having no defense whatsoever, just a lot of nuke. So on field battles against single targets, he's going to be really good. But Rhony, the support tree of Constantine, would also make Richard heals more often. Is it not great as well? I think in some cases he might just outdo Charles. What do you think? The flipping coin, you have a point there in terms of healing. The way I thought about Constantine the First would be with Charles Martel. Because of the amount of infantry health bonus. Charles Martel has 20% when it's maxed out. This guy is another 40%. We're gonna have the new skin, the Valentine skin, which is another 5%. So that brings you to 65% health. Just from the commanders, that's gonna be a tremendous amount of health bonus. Plus, if this guy is gonna be the main commander with the support talent pad, that's gonna be a lot of Charles Martel shields, which is absorbing damage. And then when things are gonna go sideways, you're gonna have this big healing factor to keep you in the battle. This is how I was thinking about it. But personally, I'm not gonna split Charles and Richard for Constantine. That's no way, I'm not gonna do it. I was hyped at the beginning when I saw another infantry commander, another legendary infantry commander. I was really hyped, don't get me wrong. But then I put a little bit in balance the support with the defense talent pad. So you do get normal attacks grants an additional rage. You do get a lot of rage. You have hasty departure, WTF to that. You're gonna have really speedy infantry, extra march speed, and rage restoration, which is great. I highly agree with it. Then healing effect received by troops 9%. That's insane. And this is where he would probably make a really good connection with Richard. You get 9% attack. For the next 3 seconds every time you get healed. So that's really good. So you have to trade rage, march speed, and healing. For damage reduction, defense, well, the rage is gonna be the same. And again, reduce damage taken, which I'm not entirely sure you can even get all of that to fill up the infantry, so you cannot take all of it. Let's go back on the support talent pad. So on the support talent pad, you won't even be able to get the down part. You're gonna have to choose. Otherwise, you will not be able to fill up the infantry. So they thought about it. That's 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 18. So all you can probably get is this one, enhanced healing, or you have to skip some march speed from your infantry. It's gonna be tricky. I'm not sure you will be able to reach counterattack. Maybe just enhanced healing. So you have to trade damage reduction, damage taken reduction for rage restoration. And if you get targeted by a Herman and El Cid, I'm telling you that this support talent path is gonna mean nada. Because those guys are gonna interrupt you so much and silence you so much that this support talent tree is gonna be null, it's gonna be 0. And that's where the defense path is gonna win. Because you have damage reduction and you have defense which is permanent. You understand what I'm trying to get? Alessio Pena, hey Rhony, what do you think about 2 infantry armies, Charles Richard and Constantine Julius, to be tanky and help the ally in the field? Alessio Pena, Charles and Richard, I highly agree with them. Constantine and Julius, I would rather go Julius with someone else. Even if you put just infantry. Constantine with infantry talent tree and rage recovery from support. I agree with you. David, Rhony, I have 890 golden keys. Can you sponsor me? How would you like me to sponsor you, bro? If you have that many gold keys, you should sponsor me. Trying the expedition. Lohar first and secondary Scipio, please. Do me this favor. Expedition is not PvP, my friend. Rage tanking you can do with any barbarians. In this case, you should go for Saladin. Then you have a really good... Listen. My eyes are on double C. I'm so charmed. I'm so charmed by double C. To max him out, you have no idea. This guy has so nice. They build him so nice, it's unreal. I'm really so fixed on him. And the second one, I'm very fixed on Frederick. These two commanders I have my eyes fixed on. Hannibal is gonna be maxed out once I hit VIP 14. That's not gonna be a problem. Julius Caesar, I have Mightiest Governor event rolling right now, so I'm definitely gonna max him out. So I'm gonna have my Julius and Hannibal pair. I have my eyes fixed on him or Frederick. But I just want to see what people also want to see. I'm close to have enough sculptures to max out a commander. I mean, max the skills. I probably need 2 more weeks depending on the events. I have over 500 universal sculpture at the moment. So I need like 600 and something. 600 and something to max out any of my commanders right now. Frederick double C. Save for Saladin. Double C and go for Minamoto and him, you'll have huge cavalry army. Giller, that's why I'm looking so much on him. Herman first or Osman? Herman. For the setup that I was just talking about, Herman and Osman, this is how is my Herman set up. So my Herman is 6 stars at level 50. So I managed to get Rejuvenate, and I managed to get the most important part of the Archer talent tree. Next one is gonna be Latent Power, Tactical Mastery for more skill damage. And most likely Full Quiver, which is only 1 out of 3 right now, for more attack on my archers. You're about to max double C and I just got 10 of him. Rhony, where do you have your sculptures from? Events Neon Mars. I'm participating in events with Universal Sculptures. And I haven't invested anything since I maxed out Richard. And it's a long time since I maxed out Richard. It's, I don't know, 2-3 months? Like 2 months, at least 2 months. Go, Frederick, go. I don't have the sculptures yet. I still need probably 2 more weeks of farming. Rhony, do you suggest that I hold on the key? We don't have access. You will never have access to YSG and Richard. Dave Salvi. Don't hold on to that hope. If you have gold keys, my advice is just have some fun. Constantine and Saladin, they announced them on the Mightiest Governor event. So these 2 commanders, they announced them in the Mightiest Governor event, Constantine and Saladin. It was on Discord, it was on announcement on their Discord that Saladin and Constantine, they're gonna be Mightiest Governor event commanders. Rhony, what do you think about pairing Sun Tzu and Scipio, both maxed out? I think that's a really bad decision, in my opinion. Unless you wanna just go AoE tanking some sort of setup. If you wanna try that combination, because Sun Tzu does group damage and Scipio is a little bit of tanking. And his second skill from Scipio, if you hit multiple targets hit you, but as a free to play, not gonna last that long. Send me a greet, Legend Rhony. I'm your fan. Oliver Prado. Okay, I'm greeting you. What do you think about maxed out Horseman as primary and Frederick as secondary? Guram, if Frederick is gonna be maxed out, that would be something. That would be something, but just a 5-1-1-1 Frederick, it's okay-ish. Do I really think if Double C is better than Saladin? Well, let's see what is special about Saladin. Healing effect reduction. Okay-ish. March speed reduction for 5 seconds, that's crazy. That's okay. Then a lot of damage factor when you obtain his expertise, so that's pretty good. 1700 damage factor, 50% march speed, healing effect reduction 50%. That's pretty crazy. That's really good when you fight infantry. So if you plan to fight cavalry with infantry, that's really powerful. This is powerful as well. Attack defense is pretty balanced, 20 and 5% march speed, so it's pretty powerful. Then skill damage reduction, 30% counter attack damage taken reduction. So basically, even if you go with cavalry against this guy and infantry, he'll be pretty strong about them. Then it has this conquering one, so whenever you plan to do full rally of cavalry, 50% damage bonus. That's pretty sick. Increased damage dealt to city garrison. However, Saladin army is not able to plunder resources. So that's pretty sick as well. Now let's go on double C. Let's compare. We have cavalry and support. So definitely being support, that's a lot of rage restoration. For cavalry is pretty significant. Now let's go on double C. 1000 damage factor, 40% attack reduction. 40%. 3 seconds, but it's 40% attack reduction. 30% attack bonus on cavalry. 1000 healing factor, 100 rage restoration. So I think that pretty much makes the support talent pad from Saladin a little bit useless. Then another 25% cavalry attack. So that's 55% cavalry attack you get from this guy, which is pretty insane for cavalry. In my opinion, Saladin and double C, I mentioned about it. Saladin and double C, they would make the best pair. They would be the most terrifying cavalry pair. But Saladin main commander. Because you make the full cavalry talent pad and you're gonna have a lot of rage restoration. So that's why I prefer to go with double C first, my opinion. Because I have Minamoto maxed out. So they make a very good pair. Minamoto and double C is right now the best cavalry pair that is in the game. Saladin is not yet released. After you get Saladin, then you have to max out Saladin and you put double C as second in command to Saladin. And that would be the most terrifying pair on the field. Because Saladin out... I'm not sure how exactly to put it. Is better than Minamoto in almost any ways. So that's why I would prefer to go with double C first, max him out, and then invest on Saladin whenever he's gonna be released. And level him up and stars and all that. And replace Minamoto. But right now, if I max out my double C, I'm gonna have the best cavalry pair in the game. You see, Minamoto on cavalry is not as crazy as the other legendaries. Double C has 30% bonus. Saladin has 20% defense and 20% attack, 5% march speed. So in terms of cavalry bonus, Minamoto is crazy on nuking, on the other hand. But that's about it. This one is pretty good as well. Usually it goes in right off. When you attack someone, it's the first thing that goes off on Minamoto. What do you think about Scipio and Joan of Arc for open field combat? That's a great support, Jonah Schumacher. Best epic commander to use a second Charles Martel, Eugen Mundok. Rhony, can you say a few words about Scipio Osman punching bag? You said you will pair them and make a video. I was planning to use them on Ark of Osiris, but I actually used Herman and Osman in Ark of Osiris. I'm still training troops for Scipio and Osman. I'm still training troops for them. You got City Keeper to level 50. I'm close to getting full infantry march. So I'll get, you know how much hate mail I get. Hey Mr. DJ, make sure you use tier 1 infantry. Patrick Hernandez, hello. And everyone else, welcome guys, welcome to the stream. Rhony, double C is better than a Max Pelagius, a stone commander for Minamoto. I would still use a Max Pelagius to that Minamoto, Stefano. A Max Pelagius, you have expertise unlocked. You have the 100 rage restoration, nuke heal. Michael Lim, that sounds really terrible. Hey Rhony, my alliance won the Ark of Osiris and I received the system mail saying we won. But I did not receive the alliance rewards. Do you know why? I don't know, did you just join recently in the alliance? Saladin on support? Hell no. Kavarian support. Gabriel, hey Rhony, good to see you again. Would Mehmet and Scipio work well together for riling cities? Gabriel, if you are asking if you're putting Scipio in there, that really makes you a free-to-play player, so I wouldn't really advise you to rally cities. Mehmet would be really good at rallying city, but when he's maxed out. 75% attack. Yep. You're right. That's 55% from double C. That's another 25% from this guy, 75%. And imagine if you hit cities. Imagine if you rally cities. You get this bonus as well, 15%. So imagine how devastating your cavalry will be against a city. That's why I'm saying Saladin and double C would be the best pair, but I prefer to max double C first, so I can make my cavalry setup really strong, and then when Saladin is gonna be available, then I can probably focus on Saladin. Oh my god, take care my friend. How you maxed Osman and he's level 11? Using the special stars. I don't have any epic to level up right now. You upgrade his star just a little bit. When he's very close, he's like, I don't know, gets to 80%. Then you use the special stars. You use 3 of them, no, 4 of them with the high experience, and 2 of them they have a high chance of critical hit. That's how I've done it. Alright, what's the time? Alright, enough about commanders. Leave the commanders be. Let me spend some action points.
A good chief gives, he does not take.
Warrior, you will.
My enemies will choke on their own. We must conquer or die.
Let me farm some barbarians. They probably forgot about me. Made a new account and planning to max out Minamoto. Hurts my wallet. I bet it does. Hey bro, which epic commander are the best for defending? Eulji Mundok. You can use Scipio a second to Eulji. You can use Kusunoki. Herman, Pelagius.
We must conquer or die.
Warrior, you will not best me.
Hey Rhony, I have a 1511 double C. Is that good? Cubans is really bad. Except killing barbarians, I would not use their double C for anything else. Cavalry against a city is bogus. What good are they at a siege? What good are they? You have no idea. You have no idea what a full cavalry march can do. A full cavalry rally or a full infantry.
We must conquer or die.
Warrior, you will not best me.
So this is a full cavalry rally against this city. And I didn't had double C, I didn't had the Saladin, I just had Pelagius, Minamoto and Pelagius. But it's a full cavalry rally. So this is how devastating it was. Now imagine if you have double C, or imagine if you have Saladin. Not to mention that my main focus is infantry, so I'm not really highly researching the cavalry. I'm investing in infantry, in research and everything. That's how devastating a full rally of cavalry can be. But you need people to listen, you need people to follow, because just 3 units in that rally and the rally is messed up.
We must conquer or die.
Just one player to send mixture of troops and that rally is done.
Warrior,
So you need to pay attention of the rally, you need to pay attention what people send to do full rally of specific troops. Hey Rhony, I'm free to play player and I'm using Germany with cavalry. Should I switch to Arabia? Do you have enough cavalry for a full march? Snakes, too many people have double C. Go for Frederick and show the power. Snakes, I'm also thinking if I maxed out Frederick, who I'm gonna pair him with? That's the question. Who am I going to pair Frederick with?
The Iceni pay no more tribute.
Am I going to pair him with double C? With Minamoto? Minamoto and Frederick? Who am I going to pair Frederick with? That's what I'm thinking.
We must conquer or die.
warrior,
The Iceni pay no more tributes.
I'm saving my epic universal sculptures to max out Eulgi. I want to see his skill synergy with Richard at least infantry as lead infantry. Rhony, what's the best pair for Boudica? The best pair? Herman, Osman. If you want to build support, you can put Joan of Arc. You are talking about real life, or this is a game, my friend. This is a game. It's all about numbers and.
We must conquer or die.
warrior, you
The Iceni pay no more tributes.
Why do you prefer killing barbarians instead of barbarian fortresses? Because it's much better rewards. So you have 250k tier 4 cavalry, but you're free to play. You should definitely switch to Arabia. If you have that much cavalry, you'll benefit more from those cavalry. Pair it with Charles and try out the Twin Commander Infantry theory, which you told in your video. What is the best pair for Babers? Sun Tzu! Hi Legend! Jar Jar! Hello!
Taste my blade.
We must conquer or die.
Warrior,
I had in plans today to do a pairing video, you know, to update my pairing video, because it's the 3 new commanders. But to be honest, I got home too late and I didn't have time to do it. So I decided to do this live stream. And I said, you know what, let me try something different. Let me start the live stream and let me just talk about these 3 new commanders. Try to give pairs advices while doing in the live stream. Shouldn't be bad. Yo Legend Rhony, what is the best civilization for grinders, free to play, and peaceful players? Medved,
taste my blade.
The Iceni pay no more tributes.
I would say that is Spain. You have 10% more experience, so you should be able to easier level up your commanders, and you have more resources. For grinding, I would say that is perfect. If defeats the object of half the commanders in the game, might as well do a way of conquering. Frederick for a punching bag, or with archers, sound good for me. Snakes, I have I have a wannabe legendary El Cid as well. My seed is 2133 and I'm free to play. I was just lucky with sculptures. Should I spend my universal sculptures on him or don't worth it? No, just don't spend anything on El Cid, bro. If you're free to play, don't do that mistake. Even maxed out, he's pretty bad. Ooh, there you go, juicy barbarians.
We must conquer or die.
Juicy barbarians, here I come.
Warrior, you taste my blade.
The Iceni pay no more tributes.
What's happening? Is my light dying? No, not yet. Don't die yet. Hey Mr. DJ, I definitely thank you for doing this live stream. I also enjoy learning new things about this game. You're welcome, bro. Hey Rhony, is it possible to afford the healing and training tier 4 as complete free to play? If you have a farm account, Joko, if you have a farm account, definitely. If you have your second account, so you can sustain your main account with resources, you know, so you can keep sending resources, then definitely.
Taste my blade.
But just from your own farming, it depends how much you're going to battle. Free to play max Scipio, and on the way to max out Julius. Should I go for it? Alexander, what does it mean maxed out Julius? Maxed out in skills or maxed out in level? Because you're free to play and you're going to max Julius, that's pretty hard for me to believe. Scipio has Scipio Osman or Herman Osman. Marcy, both of them, they are pretty decent. If you want to do mixture of troops, you go with Scipio and Osman. Marcy Samsung. If you want to do just archers, you go with Herman and Osmond. I'm using Julius Caesar and Scipio like you told me, and I really worked. It helped me in the Ark of Osiris event. By the way, my alliance won. Thank you. Patrick Hernandez, congratulations. You meant El Tracid. Rhony, random question. Have you ever tasted Vegemite? If not, don't. It's horrible. Harvey, thank you very much for that. I'll definitely never going to taste it. In skills, definitely, bro. If you manage to max out Julius Caesar and Scipio in skills, definitely go for them. They are a really good pair together. I might be able to max out my Julius Caesar in the next 2 months, because we have him in the Mightiest Governor event. I hope it's gonna be for 2 months. Then I have a chance to max out my Julius Caesar. If I do, then I can definitely test him out with Scipio and prove my theory. Bonnie Doom Homestead, what's up? Have you ever think about do a video together with Chisgul? Maybe commenting together with him an Ark of Osiris battle. Ricky Rick. It might need a little bit of training in order for us to do that. The reason I'm saying training, because, you know, so I don't go over him, he doesn't go over me. So it might need a little bit of training so we can synchronize each other. But we could do that. Is there any farm account guides or jump accounts guides of you? I have jumper account guide. I do have that. Farming account, you don't really need a farming account guide. Just start with Joan of Arc. So you start with the Gatherer. Best civilization to jump. Human civilization. I really don't understand best civilization to jump. Who will be the first commander? Julius or Scipio? Oh, he's asking someone else. Made my jumper today and guess who got 10 Richard sculptures ready? That stroke. I suppose you? Rhony, what level are you on this event? I'm on level 9. Let me just stuff some more. What? That was a lot of critical hits. So tomorrow I'm definitely gonna have this lucky lion. New decoration. So I'm gonna replace my turkey and I'm gonna put a lion. I've eaten so much turkey. I'm fill up. I'm gonna put a lion. Who goes best with Minamoto? Double C. Patrick. Double C. If you don't have double C, I would put Pelagius. For kill barbarians, Boudica level 40 maxed out, plus Minamoto or Lohar. Both of them. You can even use Lohar with Minamoto. I'm using Lohar with Minamoto right now.
Taste my blade.
I'm using Boudica and Herman. It all matters who you're planning to level up. So if you're planning to level up Minamoto, then you definitely need to pair Minamoto with either Boudica or Lohar. So my plan, for my next plan to level to 60 is Herman and Minamoto. My charge is nearly there, so I only use him when I have too much action points during events. He's nearly there, he's like 3 million experience. But now my aim is Minamoto and Herman. That's why I use Boudica and Lohar, so I can boost them up with experience. And that's the next stop.
We must conquer or die.
Warrior,
The Iceni pay no more tributes.
Enjoy the rest of your day, Rhony. I'm about to go farm so I can get ready for the power event. Peace out and be safe. Hey, Mr. DJ, take care, bro. I'm not gonna stay very long. What? It's 1 hour and 34 minutes. My light is going out, so I'm probably gonna go as well. Maybe just a minute or two more, and that's it. Don't eat the lion. Biker, definitely. Hello, Uncle Rhony. Can me see your commander? Thanks. Can you see me, commander? Yes. You can't see all of them, unfortunately, because I'm gonna be behind them. So that's about as much as you can see. Born in Doom Hosted, your second account is level 22. Now with epic status available in the VIP, epics are getting maxed a hell a lot quicker. It is true about that. If your LC still standing proud with his sword, looking left and right repeatedly, Harzy, that's all he does every day. There's nothing else he can do. He's not good at anything else, so he's just looking left and right, trying to impress people. But that's about it.
Conquer or die.
warrior, you will not best me.
Alright, so my light is really going out. I'm getting as dark as possible right now.
Taste my blade.
The Iceni pay no more tributes.
Alright, last questions. What do you use search button to find barbarians? Why would I? I like it to look around the map. Do you know if skill 1 of Belisarius and Cao add up? It's not gonna be 70% reduction if that's what you are hoping for. It does matter, but it's a different way how it's being calculated. Legendary, are you satisfied with your Osman? What do you use him for? Heroic Muffin, I use him second to Herman, or I use him with Scipio. That's the two armies that I place him in. Or I could also use him with Boudica. Do you know how many gems you need to reach VIP 15? Bono, 1 million. Yes, I got Richard. I pulled Eulgi, Scipio, and also Belisarius. Would you go for infantry, cavalry, all-rounder setup? That stroke, it's up to you. As free to play, if you focus on Belisarius and Pelagius, then you can go in cavalry. If you got Richard, you can go infantry. High little question. I got Scipio, Sun Tzu, and Lohar maxed out. Which commander would be worth up to pair with Scipio? And I'm free to play player, so I wanna know what legendary would be interest to focus on. Renault, if you're free to play, I wouldn't really focus on legendary commanders. But if you do, I would choose a specialization commander, because right now you don't really have any specialization commander. Who you can pair up with, your options are very limited. Those three commanders, they don't really make a good synergy one with another. So whichever option you want to make, Clement, from those three commanders is entirely up to you. You can put Scipio with Sun Tzu, but it's not a great pair together. It's just you don't have many other options. Try to work on some specialization commanders. Yeah, my light is fading out, isn't it? Or maybe I should take off my hat, huh? Let's see, is it much lighter? That's Rogue, you'll be a dolphin. That's good for you, my friend. I hope they will introduce the new commanders will be animated too, like the others. For example, El Cid. He looks left and right. They're probably gonna introduce more animations. I've seen something, but I believe they are working on it. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Alright guys, I'm gonna end it off here. Thank you all for tuning in for the live stream. This is your boy Legend Rhony signing out. Peace out and take care, yo. And don't forget, I love you all. Hope you guys have a great evening. And tomorrow, it's scheduled live stream 18 UTC. Don't forget about it.